Hey you guys, before this video begins, I just want to say that this blueprint personally worked for me. If you want to try it out, you're going to have to tweak it a little bit in order for it to work for you. Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to share with you guys how I was able to achieve such a fast metabolism and burn pretty much everything that I always ate, on those food challenge videos. And I was eating like pho, I was eating like fast food and pretty much everything that you can imagine not to eat for getting an aesthetic body, right? Or just fitness lifestyle in general. So let's begin with this. So what I did was that I used a form of carb cycling and a mixture with keto in order to achieve my fast metabolism. And of course I only ate like once every 5 days, very heavily. I only ate my massive cheat days like once every 5 days. I don't eat it every day, because if I did, then that will screw up the diet and it will screw up the hormones that is in play with my diet. So here's how it works. So 4 days, I would go on a keto style of eating about, I count my macros still on the diet. So what I did was I ate around 150 grams of fat, 150 grams of protein, and carbohydrates I didn't eat any at all. I ate 30 grams of net carbohydrates or less every day from vegetables and all that stuff. But here's how the metabolism kind of works. So first off, we have to understand leptin and insulin. These are the two hormones that are at the biggest play here in order to increase my metabolism to actually burn out all those calories I eat that day for my cheat days. So first off, leptin is a hormone inside of your body that is triggered by the brain. It's released by the fat cells, right? And it's triggered to the brain to tell your brain to either burn more calories because you're so full, or to burn less calories because you're so starving. So this means that by controlling the leptin level, right, you're able to trick your metabolism to be faster. So here's how it works. Carbohydrates, out of the macronutrient fats, carbs, and protein, is the macronutrient that contributes to the fluctuation of leptin and insulin. So we're going to talk about leptin first, because leptin is the most important factor to this. When you eat low amounts of carbohydrates, your leptin level is relatively low. When you eat high amounts of carbohydrates, your leptin level is relatively high. But if you eat so much carbohydrates every day, your leptin level won't be able to respond correctly, and that's why eating a cheat meal every day probably won't be beneficial, because your leptin level will get adapted and it won't react like it really would. Same thing goes to insulin too. That's why people are diabetic when they eat way too much carbohydrates and their hormones are not able to react at all. So here's how the diet that I did works along with leptin. Pretty much on my diet, remember that I said that when you're eating a low carbohydrate diet, your leptin level is low. That's why when people eat a low carb diet, or when they're dieting in general, when they eat barely any amount of carbohydrates and they have a cheat day or a refeed day, right, their weight is increased a lot the next day. But then how come for some reason 2 days later they lost even more weight? That's because they control their leptin level. Their leptin level got increased so bad because they're in this warfare with their body that their leptin level is low. And then once you put carbohydrates inside of your body, leptin is going to be really, really sensitive, meaning that it's going to react really great to carbs, and your metabolism is increased super heavily. So what do you think is going to happen if you mix the ketogenic diet along with it? Now the ketogenic diet literally eat no carbohydrates. Your leptin level is super, super low. And then when you put a refeed day, right, like what I did every 5th day, my leptin level increased so bad, way more than a low carbohydrate diet would, that my metabolism was increased so high for the next couple of days. Now here's the thing, next couple of days, when you eat a refeed day, right, when I did, here's basically what happened. My metabolism increased so high, right, it doesn't just drop back down to a regular metabolism the next day. What really happens is that you eat a cheat day, it's so high, right? For the next couple of days, from day 1 to 4 again, it's gonna slowly decrease. And during that time, your metabolism's still fast. And pretty much by the day of my refeed day again, I would weigh the exact same day like I would always for every morning of a cheat day. And I would cheat again and cheat again and cheat again because of the manipulation of leptin. And insulin plays a good role in this because remember, insulin basically is what drives the carbohydrates to the muscle and use it for energy, right? So insulin is also a big play, but leptin is more important. Basically what insulin is going to do is that it's going to just be more absorbent to carbohydrates, right? So leptin and insulin works like the same exact thing. If you eat barely any barely any carbohydrates, right, your insulin levels can be just as low as leptin. And once you put carbohydrates and eat a refeed day, your insulin and your leptin levels can be super high. And mix it with the ketogenic diet where you're eating no carb at all, you're super sensitive to leptin and insulin, and that's why you're able to have a high metabolism for the next couple of days. And so pretty much, here's my weight. I will weigh 150, and then when I have a the morning of cheat day, I would weigh 150, right? And then when I eat a cheat day, the day after that, I'm like a 160, but then my weight's gonna slowly decrease as I go back to a keto style of eating, and I don't change anything. I don't drop the calories or anything like that. I keep my 150 grams of fat, 150 grams of protein, everything the same. And then as it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. And once it hits baseline again, when my leptin and insulin level is kind of low again, I'll eat again, eat again, eat again, eat again. And then that's how I was able to pretty much have a fast metabolism, you know? So and that right there, you guys, is a modified style of the ketogenic diet. It's also called the cyclical keto diet, or the anabolic diet by Dr. D. Pasqualis. I hope this helps a lot for you guys. And also, I'll link the anabolic diet down below. There's a lot of keto cycle videos out there, you guys. It's basically just doing the research and actually testing it out for yourself and seeing how amazing this diet can actually be if you just want to eat a lot of food and also grow a lot of muscle mass too. It was weird because I was just doing this diet for fun, but I actually grew a lot of freaking muscle, and then that just gave me just so much hopes for just keep on doing the diet, right? I get a lot of mass. I went from, you know, this to that. It's pretty crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it very informative. And if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe to me. I will be uploading just maybe more, or just doing whatever I want to do with my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and I'm Thomas, the Aesthetic Train, and I'll see you guys next time.